Hi everybody, it's Nina from The Happy Hustlers. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my husband Ernesto and I are e-commerce entrepreneurs selling on a variety of platforms such as Amazon, Poshmark, eBay, and ThredUp. If you are new, go ahead and subscribe if you like content related to this, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. So today's video, I want to talk about Amazon Replenishables. So this is going to be the first part of this video. I'm going to have a second part of this video as well. In today's video, I'm going to go through what exactly is a replenishable, the benefits of replenishables, and the different types of replenishables that there are. And then in the second part of the video, which will be coming out after this video, I'm going to talk about how do you find replenishables and where to look, just tips around actually finding replenishables for your Amazon business. So first off, what exactly is a replenishable? So when sourcing on Amazon, you have leads, you have items that you source. A lot of times what people think is they think they always need to be finding new items, constantly sourcing new items, always got to get another lead, another lead, another lead. You're going to the store, you're scanning stuff, you're searching online, you're looking through tactical arbitrage searches, you're always trying to find new items to sell. But one of the best things about Amazon, and probably one of our favorite things about selling on Amazon, is replenishables. So a replenishable is just an item that you can constantly replenish and send back into Amazon. So it constantly sells, you move a lot of inventory on that item, and you can just repurchase it and then send it back into Amazon again, right? Replenishables are such a huge advantage when selling on Amazon because they're just so easy, right? You don't have to keep sourcing. You have that item, you can just buy it again. So it's just a different way to look at your Amazon business. Instead of constantly needing to find new items to source, you can just source the same items over and over and over again. And this can be done via retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and wholesale. All three of these ways you can have a replenishable item. You can have a replenishable that you buy from Target and Walmart, the same item a lot of times too. So there's a lot of different ways to go about replenishables, but basically a replenishable is just an item that you restock and send into Amazon, opposed to always trying to find new leads. So what are some of the benefits of replenishables? First, they're just easy. Like I was just mentioning, you're not looking for a new lead. You already have that lead. You already have the information about it. You know your ROI. You know your buy cost. You already know that it's the exact same item. You already know it sells because you've already sold it. It's just really easy. Along with that, it's incredibly scalable, right? If you can build a business with a couple of solid replenishable items, you can kind of guarantee yourself this consistent profit level and then just build and scale on top of that. So that's what we look for. We look for replenishables that we can kind of build on top of each other and help grow and level up our business. Another huge benefit of replenishables is a lot of people don't necessarily look at their Amazon business this way. They're looking at it in regards to consistently finding new leads. So you're making your business easier. And a lot of times what I'll see with replenishables, if I find an item and I look at it and go, oh, this could potentially be a replenishable, and I'll get into that in the second video. What I'll notice is at first, I'll see sellers go up on that item. I'll see, there's a bunch of sellers, and then you give it a month or so and you see, a month or two, you see the sellers drop off. And a lot of people don't think about replenishing things. But if you're looking at that, that can give you a huge advantage because you can just continue to stay on that listing while other people tend to sell out. The biggest benefit of replenishables is just that consistent revenue, right? So if you find your first replenishable and you can make $10 a day on average on that replenishable, boom, that's $10 every day. Then you find another replenishable you make $10 a day on average, boom, there's $20 a day. And it just adds up, and you get to the point, let's say even a simple number, let's say you're making $100 every day just on your core replenishable items that are easy for you to source and you just consistently send into Amazon. That's $100 baseline a day for your business right there, right? You can consistently stack these. If you find a replenishable that has a lot of volume, let's say you find a replenishable that you make $100 a day on, that's an easy $100 that you're making every single day just resourcing that item and sending it off to Amazon on a consistent basis to keep it in stock. There are 3 types of replenishables to consider. The first type is a short-term replenishable. This is a replenishable that you can replenish for 1 to 6 months, I would say. A lot of times I think when people think of replenishables, they think of something that you have to be able to replenish forever. But if you can replenish something for 1 to 6 months, that's still consistency and ease in your business, right? Not every replenishable is going to last forever. Sometimes it's going to last 1 to 6 months. The reason behind this can be a couple of things. Sometimes the location, the store that you're buying the item from doesn't carry the item anymore. That can happen eventually when they go out of stock, the items discontinue, or they just don't carry it anymore, so you can't replenish it. Another issue you'll see sometimes is really with Walmart. I've noticed this a lot. Walmart has third-party sellers just like Amazon does, and Walmart themselves might go out of stock on your lead, and then a third-party seller is selling it, so the price might go up. Or another example could be the item was on sale, and that's how you were able to get it to make enough money to make it a profitable item to sell on Amazon, and the sale price is over. So that could cause it to be a more of a short-term lead. But don't stray away from these, because still, if you can resell the same item consistently for 6 months, that's still a lot less work than always trying to find new leads. So I don't think a lot of people think about short-term replenishables, but those are huge. We go through a lot of different short-term replenishables. Another reason for a short-term replenishable is the demand might decrease. Say, for example, a new movie is coming out and there are toys related to that movie. That popularity regarding that movie is not going to last forever necessarily, unless it's like Star Wars or Spider-Man or something that just never goes out of style. But if it's anything related to that, the hype might last for 6 months or so, and you can consistently replenish that item. After that, the demand might die down. It's important with these short-term replenishables to keep in mind, is this dying down? Keep up with the sales rank and stuff if it's considered to be short-term replenishable. Another reason that a replenishable might be short-term is because it could be oversaturated. Too many people are aware of that. Too many people are selling that, so you're just not getting enough buy box rotation to make consistent sales on that item. So you got to keep that in mind as well. It's important to check on your replenishables, keep up with them, see if there's been any changes, a huge increase in sellers, a decrease in sales rank, just anything like that. It's important to keep up with them and to see if it's going to end up being a short-term replenishable. But don't sleep on these short-term ones, because like I said, 6 months of replenishing an item is still amazing. It's still easy, a lot easier than finding new leads. The second type of replenishable to consider, and this is the golden standard for replenishables, what everyone wants to find, is a long-term replenishable. So that's an item that you can sell for 6 months plus, something you can replenish for 2 years. You're just consistently selling this item. These items are gold if you can find them. Key to finding these, and I'll talk about this in the second video, is certain categories to keep in mind. You want to think of items that people consistently need to buy. So something that someone actually literally consumes. So for example, food. You eat food, you gotta buy more food. So that's something that people constantly need to buy. Makeup's a really good one as well. You use through your makeup or it expires. Anything that expires as well is great. Things that are losable, for example, are a great long-term replenishable. So a chapstick's a great example, right? How often do I lose my chapstick? Luckily Ernesto's on here because he would say every single freaking day. So things like that you have to buy more of always because they're consumable are great replenishables. Also things that are just like a household name or brand, and this doesn't have to be in the grocery category, in the topical category. We have some really solid replenishables that are toys because it's a brand that just never really goes out of style, like related to a movie or a video game or something like that. Like think about Star Wars is a great example. Marvel type stuff, like stuff like that is always in style. There's a lot of toys that are just kind of consistent in those areas that you can replenish, and you'll see waves in those too where they get super popular around like the holiday season, but they're just consistently selling as well because it's just something that's always popular. But the biggest categories to look for long-term replenishables are kitchen, household, grocery type items, anything that is consumable can be a long-term replenishable. And the third type of replenishable I want to go through is a seasonal replenishable. So this is an item that is more popular during either a season like summer, winter, fall, spring, like a different type of year, different type of weather, or an item that is popular and specifically related to a holiday. So think about Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's type stuff, Easter, all those different holidays we have throughout the year, items that are specifically related to that. So with seasonal replenishables, it's an item that you can buy again every time that season comes. So it's not something that's going to sell throughout the year, not something you can always replenish, but during that season you can replenish it. And depending on what the season is, you're going to have a smaller or bigger window. So for example, if you have an item that is specifically related to a holiday, you're going to have a smaller window. So you take Halloween, for example. Halloween items mostly sell in the month of October. And then once October is over, you're not selling any more Halloween items. You're also not selling Halloween items in July, right? So you have a small window. You have that month. You need to get the inventory in beginning of October, and you need to have it all sold by the end of October. But those items that you find related to Halloween, if you save them and the next Halloween you go and look at them again, you'll find a lot of times it's the same items that are selling. We keep a spreadsheet with seasonal replenishables and we mark the season. So either like fall, winter, spring, or Christmas, New Year's, Halloween. And then when we get, 2 months out from that window starting, we start to look at those items again. And a lot of the stores, it's the exact same link. They sell the same product too, so you can just buy it again via online arbitrage and sell it. But you have to keep in mind the window that you have to replenish those items. Then there are bigger, longer windows you have as well. For example, like summer type items. Summer is a much longer period than the time you have where people are interested in Halloween items. So you have items that only do well when it's hot outside, anything related to like swimming, think about like life jackets, swimsuits, sunglasses. I feel like people buy year long, but sunglasses are going to do better in the summer, right? Beach towels, anything like that would do better in the summer. And then you have the reverse in the winter, winter coats, boots, scarves, anything like that, again, could be a winter replenishable item. And with the actual seasons like winter and fall, you have a longer time period where you could sell that item. So you have 3 or 4 months where that item might be popular, and you can replenish every year during that season. If you build up seasonal replenishables that you have for each season, that is also super helpful. When you get to that season, you're always prepared, and you can kind of stay ahead of the seasons, because ideally, as soon as that season starts, you want to have those items in stock and available to customers and get ahead of all of your competition. So don't sleep on seasonal replenishables. Track these. Whenever you're selling an item that you think is seasonable, mark it down, keep it on a spreadsheet. When that season comes, you can be prepared ahead of time. So those are the 3 types of replenishables. You have short-term, long-term, and seasonal replenishables. So this is the first part of this video. I will have an additional video up talking about how to find replenishables and just tips and tricks regarding replenishables so you can help build them into your business, because replenishables are one of the easiest ways to scale and grow your Amazon business. So if you like this video, go ahead and give this a thumbs up and subscribe to see more content from us. I will see you in part 2, where I will give you tips and tricks on how to find replenishables and grow your business. Thank you for watching.